Hello the World Tankers, welcome back to my videos. I am Blitz, and today I'm going over finally another episode of World of Tanks Worst Teams. Now sorry if my audio or anything is messed up. Currently I'm not even recording on a desk, I'm recording on my floor because I am currently on vacation in Ohio. So if I'm not able to post as many videos, I'll probably only be able to post 3 or 4 videos in the next 10 days just because I'm running on LTE and everything. I hope you guys do understand that. But other than that, let's get stuck into the first episode of a while. Now, you can see right off the bat, I have an IS-3. If you look on the minimap, I have an IS-3 all the way over on the other side of the map there, for no apparent reason, just pushing there on his own, being extremely useless to the team. Actually, not even being extremely useless, he is useless to the team. It's pretty much 6 versus 7 as of right now. And I was not the smartest player either. I figured I was going to get shot either way, so I might as well just shoot that WZ-111. But now you can take a look at the minimap, and you see that my E-25 has also decided to rush down there. So now we're down 2 tanks. So up on the hill here, it is a 5 versus 7, which really shouldn't be happening. And I decide to stupidly pull out, lose another 400 hit points, and I'm sitting at 199. Which is not good at all. I've pretty much ruined my entire game, but hopefully I'm going to be able to keep my chill, pick up some damage here. I want to use this bush to my advantage. I was really hoping that SG didn't spot me, and he does not, which is really helpful. And I wanted to get that WZ so bad, but I just couldn't. However, Ferdinand, boom, load of heat, hit him right in that front plate, back down, we've broken 1,000 damage. Which means at least I'm being a little bit effective to the team, even with this little amount of hit points. And you can see that Ferdinand is still sitting there, which means I'm going to try and get him one more time. He pulls out. Come on. Boom. 697 with an AEP in the side of him, and we've pretty much ruined his game. However, that E25 and IS-3 decided to rush the enemy team, and now they are being even more useless than before because not only are they dying, they left pretty much everybody back here to deal with this OBJ, which means we're not even able to support them down there. So now we're down an IS-3, a T-49, the Lorraine who rushed in. Our whole team has just been pretty much useless. The ISU was pretty good though, and the Tiger P wasn't bad either. The issue was our team was just so bad in general that we couldn't pull this battle off. If that IS-3 on our team had literally just driven up the side up the hill and just committed suicide, we probably could have won this battle. You can see now I've broken 3,000 damage. This wasn't a bad game by any means for me, and the ISU didn't do bad, and the Tiger P isn't doing bad either. It's just that the ISU messes up the one really important crucial shell right there, bounces it off that WZ front plate, and that is the end. I thought that WZ was going to push up. However, that ISU decides to drive forwards. I got no clue why. He thought that WZ was not going to out-reload him, but you wouldn't want to expect that from a tank that has less alpha than you. WZ out-reloads the ISU and kills him. Now the ISU is of course going to yell at me because, you know, I ran down here thinking that WZ was going to rush over the ridge when that ISU bounced his shell, but the ISU decided to rush up, get himself killed, and as you can see now, there's no way of winning this battle, even if I tried. And I'm just going to end it here because there's really no point to show you guys the next 3 minutes of me running around trying to, you know, yell at my teammates or yelling at me and everything. There's no point. But you can see 3,008 damage, defeat, and the team was just absolutely awful except for the top 2 players. Everybody else was completely awful. That IS-3 actually did 0 damage, which is just embarrassing to the team and players. It's really just quite sad how bad the team did. But that was the first one. Let's get stuck into the second. Now real quick before I do start talking about the second battle, if my mic or anything audio-wise sounds a bit weird or the game volume's too loud, the reason of that is just because I don't have my recording set up or anything. I brought my microphone and my laptop with me. So that's all I'm recording off of, but other than that, I really can't do much to make it sound any better, so I hope you guys still enjoy the video. However, we have Killstreak, shout out to you, running his Jumbo Sherman, or the M4E32, I'm pretty sure it is, and he's running it medium side. However, his 2 medium tanks on the team, really only 1 medium because the Matilda isn't a medium at all, but he does have the Panzer IV G, has decided to ditch him. And I really don't know why you wouldn't push medium, especially when you can see that the enemy mediums are only tier 5, except for that VK30 OMP, which still isn't a spectacular medium. The only really threatening one is actually that Y5 T34. It's a very good medium at tier 5. It's got 10 degrees gun depression, fairly accurate gun. It's Russian. But other than that, you can see here he's shooting at this VK31P, and he manages to bounce the shell in the rear. What kind of funky American accuracy was that one? I don't know why, but American tanks just have the weirdest shots they decide to miss. You can see this VK is literally just not even aiming correctly, swings his gun to the side and just fires, and it somehow hits and penetrates. Again, this VK just randomly taps the shell into this M4, which may have actually caused a loss, but we'll have to find out. You can see, though, that he's trying to wiggle his tank back and forth as much as he can. This VK's aiming. This VK's aiming so hard to see if he can get the shot, and he does get it in. And so far, this game's not looking like a spectacular one at that. It looks like the M4 might die. However, you can see here, M4 decides to ram the Jumbo Sherman. He actually takes 0 damage in return. And this M4's puny little gun is just not enough to penetrate his tier 6 predecessor. You can see boom, 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 wham, bam, and dead back to the garage. Now, you've picked up 1500 damage, block 320, and it's a 4 versus 4, because while he's done all of this hard work and killed all these people, his team has still managed to lose pretty much 80% of their players. They had 2 KV-1Ss, and if you guys aren't aware, the KV-1S is probably the most overpowered tier 6 right now. It's able to output 400 damage, top speed of 45 kilometers per hour, 175 pen. The only bad thing about it is the reload. It even has 8 degrees of gun depression. And somehow, the KV-1Ss on his team, he had 2 of them, both managed to die, which is quite embarrassing judging that their KV-1S is stock, and the only threatening tank is that ARL. You can see here, he's still picked up almost 1900 damage now, and he's going to try and tap this Jagdpanzer 4 in the side. Boom, get some damages as ammo rack. That might help you in the future. But he's really not got terrible chances. The only tank that has somewhat of a chance of killing him with penetration-wise is the ARL, because he's sitting at, 212 penetration or something like that? It's a very good gun penetration-wise. You can see the enemy team wasn't spectacular at all. It's really just that his team was so much worse and so pathetic that they actually managed to make the enemy team look good, and that's the embarrassing thing. I'm not sure why players are like this, but you can see here, as long as that ARL doesn't get over to him, he should be fine. Unfortunately, boom, ARL pops right out, and he has the 300 damage gun, which goes right through his armor, and he's trying the best he can. Sorry for the replay being a little bit laggy, but you can see here, he does bounce the ARL. Come on, slam the shell. Yes, gets it into that KV-1S. Is he going to be able to out-reload that ARL? That is the big question. No, the ARL rams him, which gets him the kill. That was 3,331 damage plus the ram. So he picked up just a crazy amount of damage. He pulled out a mastery, 34,000 credits without even having, premium on. That is just crazy how well he did in the battle and how poorly his team managed to perform. Look at that. The whole team did 5,106 damage, which means that really he did 70% of the entire damage done on the team. Even the enemy team, you can see, wasn't really spectacular. The KV-1, the M4, the VK, none of those tanks were good. It was just the top tier tanks that did well. And judging that the stock KV-1S did better than the 2 KV-1S they had on their team or on the friendly team, it's just really embarrassing how bad your team can be. And this just shows you that you really can't carry a battle even if your team is awful and you are one of the best players ever. But let's get stuck into the final battle. Now finally we have Hamish the Ham running his Object 263, which is a very formidable tank at tier 10, probably one of the most formidable in the game actually. This tank has the most damage per minute at tier 10, it's got very good armor, very good top speed, and it's very trolly, and it's Russian. Don't forget to add that into the equation. And he's already ran up against an AFK T57, he's doing pretty good. We're just going to have to see how this battle comes out and how well his team performs in battle. Now, that means that the enemy team right now is running a 6 versus 7. I just want to point that out. So, if he does lose this battle, the fact that he's lost a 6 versus 7 means his team was so absolutely awful that it's almost embarrassing. However, it kind of is embarrassing that it is a 6 versus 6 right now, because the enemy, their friendly Leopard, literally drove in front of a 183, an E5, an I7, probably every single tank on their team except for the Batchat. That is one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in a while. And unfortunately, Hamish just moved his tank a little bit as he fired, making his aiming arc just not far enough to be able to snap him. But he's trying to side scrape the best he can with this tank's not so great gun arc that it is given. And really, it's just kind of sad that that Leopard screwed the entire team by just pushing there already. That's a full health tier 10 gone, which evened out an AFK player. He might as well gone AFK, and he probably still would have helped the team more than he did there. Now, I will say real quick, as always, I'm going to have a voting box I'll pop up right about now, so make sure to vote on which replay you think was the worst if you did stick this far into the video. But let's continue into the replay. Now, right now, he's just being patient, keeping an eye on this IS-7, but you can also see over on the other side of the map, we have a Batchat and another medium flanking to the rear, and that medium being a E50M, which is a pretty formidable one at that. Now he bounced the IS-7, that was kind of a troll bounce, but he's noticing that literally his teammates who are 2 tier 10s, well, one of them being a full health tier 10, and the KPZ, who's a very, very tough tank at tier 9, got a very high alpha gun, is now running away with 90 hit points left from a Batchat. Are you serious? Not to mention they've already lost their FE 4005. Over here, Hamish is shooting HE into the side of a Batchat. There goes the KPZ. What is his team doing? They're down 3 tanks, 2 of them being tier 10. How is that even possible at this high of a tier? Judging that the enemy team, again, had an AFK player, and yet they're still doing better right now. This Batchat is not even shooting at him, he's shooting at the heavy over there. E50M is going to be taken down, though. And if I were Hamish right now, I would just rush that Batchat, and he's going to try and do that to the best of his abilities, because this Batchat, not really sure why he's still sitting there, but the OBJ should easily be able to clear this Batchat just with a little bit of HE precision fire. Oh, come on. Oh, it low rolls 490, but they still get the kill. And now we have his E100. I don't know why his E100 drove all the way over here, but what he did is he screwed his other teammates in the IS-4 by doing that. Because that E100 drove all the way over here, not only did he get shot by that Batchat quite a bit, the E100 ditched his IS-4, which caused the IS-4 to die, who might have been one of the only competent players on the team. And this is one of the issues when running a Batchat or something, is that, well, it's not an issue, it actually causes your team to win. And I've talked about this in the Batchat video, so try to do this in your lights, but enemy tanks get so frustrated by one little puny light tank that takes off 300 hit points that they'll literally ignore their whole team, disregard them all, just to go shoot at the one little tank that shot them in the rear once. Who cares? If you were smart, what you do is you notice that they have 2 tanks pushing on your rear, so you send them immediately Iron Fist push forwards, take out all the heavies because they don't have support on the mediums. But that didn't happen. Now it's a 1 versus 3. Now, he's already picked up 4.8 thousand damage, and this WT is a very low hit point take, bounces the shell. However, that's a 183. Is he going to back around the corner? He bounces it. Come on, you can pull it off, Hamish. I believe in you. 5.1 thousand damage now, 2,370 blocked. This is the game that you would want to be stuck in right now. Very good. Really, overall, you can pull this off. All you gotta do is clear this E5. Just don't get heshed in the side by that 183, but you can pull around that corner and make it. Come on. Come on. Oh, you bounced him. The question is that 183? It's not worth it, is it? No. Oh, and he misses the shell. However, that E5 will not out-reload him. So, this E5 over here needs to be very careful. I think that might have just been a little bit too much of a mistake, because now that 183 has the reload. And that 183 will kill you and probably win that battle. Now, I would shoot an HE at his track there, however, you managed to get it through. Now, if that 183 lands any Hess shell on you, you are dead. You have 6.4 thousand damage to your name. Are you going to be able to take out that 183? Oh, it's a very close battle, guys. And all because that Leopard suicided at the beginning, they probably would have won this match easy. All that Leopard literally had to do was penetrate 2 shells, and it would have been a straight flush victory. But nope, Leopard wanted to drive over heavy because he thought, oh, I'm going to go spot for the team because I'm so smart. Now, OBJ, this might be a very risky decision. You have to be very careful in what you're doing. You better hope this 183 doesn't shoot a hesh at you, though, because you will be dead. Get him in that front track wheel. If I were that 183, I would have just driven right out by now. I wouldn't even have cared. But, oh no! 6,850 damage, and the 183 kills him. I feel your pain, Hamish. Your team was just absolutely awful. Let's take a look at how well they did in the post stats. But look at this, 7,000, almost 200 damage, 31,000 credits. You deserve that mastery. You can see your team, the IS-4 was one of the only competent players. He didn't have a terrible win rate. You know, he's sitting at a, well, it's not loading because my Wi-Fi is terrible, but he's not a bad player. The E100 was terrible. If that E100 hadn't turned around, they would have won. That Leopard screwed the entire team. It was really just these little errors that caused the whole team to lose. It was literally a 7 versus 6, and they still lost the battle even though they had a 263 that managed to pull out 7.15 thousand damage. So I don't understand why people manage to lose the easiest matches to win. But really what I say is run a smasher and your win rate should bounce back up. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Dancing is what to do.